What did you do today? Oh, with the Atari 2600 Superman, I forgot to mention the the Vision, the one in the Superman. Yeah, the Atari 2600 Superman, the X-ray Vision. That's when you it's played with the joysticks with Atari 2600. Superman is played with the joysticks, and when you hold the button down and then push the joystick up, down, left, or right, it's up, down, left, or right with the button down. You have to have the button down. So when you have the button down, you go like that because it's your X-ray vision. And X-ray vision is done whenever you're flying or if you're standing or walking. You push the button down and push up, down, left, and right. And what that does is it shows you you're in one screen. And then if you have the button down and you push up, you see the screen above you. You see it, so you don't have to go in it. And if you pull it back, see the bottom screen. You see the bottom screen. And then if you push it to the left with the button, it's always the button down. You see the screen to the left before you go into it. And then if you push it to the right, and you see the right screen. So you see the up, down, left, and right by holding the button down and pushing the joystick accordingly that way. You know, up, down, left, or right. That's X-ray vision. And you don't move. Once you push that button down, then you don't move, and you push the joystick up. You see the the screen above you. You push the joystick, pull the joystick back. You see the screen below you, and if you push the joystick to the left, you see the screen to the left, and then if you push it to the right, you see the screen to the right. Okay, that's what the X-ray vision does. Now when you let up on it, then you fly. But I forgot to say that. That's the X-ray vision of Superman. Atari 2600 Superman. X-ray vision is when you push the button down, hold it, and push up, down, left, or right with a joystick, with the button down. That's your X-ray vision, and you stay in the same screen. And then if you let up, you fly in the next screen, and you do the same thing, and you see the up, down, left, and right. It's a really cool game. If you know how to play Atari 2600 Superman, it's a really cool game. And I mean, it's one of my favorite games of the 2600. Atari Superman is one of my favorite games of the Atari 2600. It's the best game. It's like one of the best games ever made. The Atari 2600 Superman. And that's what I left out. So don't forget to use your Superman X-ray vision. Your Superman X-ray vision. Push the button down, push left, or push up, left, push up, down, left, or right, or any direction, any of the directions, and you see that screen, the up or down or left or right screen, and you won't go into it, but you'll see what's in there. The reason you do that, the reason you push up, down, left, and right, and hold the button down, while you're holding the button down, so you're looking for robbers. Okay, you're looking for robbers, and your way. You're also looking, map out your direction, so you can see that screen before you go into it with X-ray vision. So you're looking for, the reason you use X-ray vision is so you can see where the robbers, if the robbers are up, down, left, or right of you, and to find your way, to know what screen it is up there, because they don't go in order. When you go up or down, they don't go in the same order as you going to the right or to the left. Okay, you go to the right in Atari 2600 Superman, and you go 21 screens that way to the right. If you go left, you go 21 screens to the left. But if you go up, you go 5 or 6 screens away from that screen. And then if you do it in the next screen, you go 5 or 6 screens from that screen, and so on. But the only way you stay in screen sequence, the 21 screen sequence of the original Metropolis City or Superman, is to go to the right 21 screens or to the left 21 screens. Otherwise, if you go up, you skip a bunch of screens, like 6 screens ahead or back, and then down. I never really mapped that one out, but I mapped all 21 screens. That's why I know there's 21 screens. And then the subway. Now, remember what I said? If you go to the right, you'll go 21 screens, and if you go to the left, you go 21 screens. Well, when you go into the subway, you won't get to the subway. The subway is not part of the Metropolis City. The Metropolis City is all different. It's different. It's your city. Then you got the subway, which are like red, blue, green. Let's see, red, blue, green. I think orange. Red, blue, green, and orange. Okay. So when you get to the subway, whenever you go through a phone booth, that's what you do. You go to the subway. Okay. Now, as long as you fly up, bam, 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 like that. Or if you fly down, bam, 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 you stay in the subway. So it's just the opposite of when you're in the city. When you're in the city, you go 21 screens like that, or 21 screens that way to the left, 21 screens to the right. But there's 21 total screens of Metropolis City. Okay, so when you go up, bam, 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 it makes that noise. Anytime you go up out of any screen, it goes bam, bam, bam. And whenever you go down, it goes bam, 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 like that. Whenever you exit a screen, up or down, it goes bam, bam, bam. That's telling you, you're not going to be in Metropolis City sequence anymore. You're going to be in a different part of the city, like 5 or 6 screens ahead or back. So that's what that bam, bam, bam is telling you when you're in the city. Now, when you're in a subway, after you go through a phone booth, a phone booth is now the subway. When you go through any one of things that look like that, they're a phone booth. One of them has a phone on the side. One of them has a phone up here. That's the one when you finish the game with a it's like a diamond with a phone on it, a blue diamond with a phone in it. That's the one you gotta go to and finish the game. And then you got the bridge that you build. You gotta go across that to get to it. And then there's another phone booth. But I was gonna say is when you're in the subway, when you go up, bam, 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 you stay in the subway. You go to the 4 screens. You go red, blue, green, orange. Red, blue, green, and orange. I think there's only 4. But you go bam, 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 and you stay in the subway. Now, when you go down, bam, 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 you stay in the subway. And it goes in a different sequence to the subway. Now, anytime you go to the left, anytime you go to the right, you go out of the subway into a different part of the city. So that's why you gotta map out the city by the subway, and by just flying to the right and to the left. Flying to the left and right, you stay in sequence. You stay in screen sequence, unless you drag your feet. Like here's a phone booth. Unless you drag your feet, if any part of your body, your head, your feet, or anything goes through that phone booth, goes through the phone booth, you go into the subway. That's where the solid screens with no windows or pictures or anything on it. It's just plain. They're plain, like red, green, blue, and orange, I think. But they're solid. That means you're in the subway, and it changes from you go 21 screens this way to the right, 21 screens this way to the left. They're not 21 new screens. Just from that screen to the 21st screen is the whole Metropolis City. Okay, so when you go into a phone booth to get into the subway, Then if you keep going up, you go through the 4 solid screens. If you keep going down, you go through the 4 solid screens for the subway. So that's see how different that is. When you're going in the city, you go 21 screens that way to the right, 21 screens to the left. Now when you're in the subway, it's just the opposite. When you go left and right, it goes out of the subway. So when you go up, then you stay in sequence of the subway. Now you're going up and stay in sequence. So when you go up, you go 4 screens that way or 4 screens that way. See, so you're in a subway, and then when you go 4 screens that way or 4 screens that way, just keep repeating the 4 screens. Go bam, bam, bam. I don't care how many times you do it, and I don't care how many times you go up. Bam, 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 bam. It stays in sequence of them four colored, solid color screens for the subway. Okay, so it's just the opposite of when you're out in a metropolis city. When you're in a subway, when you go up, it stays in sequence. But when you're outside of the subway, when you're in a metropolis city, either way, like this, you go 21 screens that way, 21 that way. But if you go up, now you skip, 5 or 6 screens. And same thing if you go down. So when that guy was at the bridge site, and he had a piece of bridge, and he didn't drop it. By the way you would drop anything, robber, piece of the bridge or Lois Lane, is to be standing. You can't be flying. If you keep flying, you'll hang on to whatever you got. You keep hanging on to it. You gotta drop down and have Superman so he's standing and he can walk. So once he does that, he drops whatever he has. Once he's standing, that's how you drop stuff. Well, this guy didn't drop it. He accidentally went down a little too far, and when he went down past the bridge, he was in like 5 or 6 screens away. So as soon as he went down, I missed it. He thought he was just gonna go right back up to the bridge, which he's 5 or 6 screens, like that way or that way of it. And he says, "Oh, it disappeared. What is it?" And he goes, "What is this stuff?" He says, "This ain't. Oh, that's impossible. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't make screens disappear. You can't make screens disappear." He doesn't know how to play the game. There's a reason why when you go up and when you go down, you go to different parts of the city. It's beneficial for you. It's like a bus route. Instead of subway, it's like a bus route. And it takes you to different parts of the city. And that's good. Otherwise, if it wasn't like that, you'd have to fly 21 screens that way, 21 screens that way. So, if you miss your screen somewhere, and let's say it went up and that stays in that same screen, then you get nowhere. See, so you'd be 21 screens away from where you want to be. That way and 21 that way. So, it's beneficial for that to change like that. Like a sub, or like not a subway, but a bus route. That'd be like the bus route in Metropolis City. And the subway is like in the Metropolis City, a subway takes you to the different parts of the city. And those stay the same. They don't change. They don't change when you go through the subway. It goes bam, 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 and then go to the right or left out of each one of the colors. Each one of the colors, you go to that part of the city. So it's a very organized game. There ain't no, oh, it disappeared. Like that guy, on that screen, bridge screen, he says, "Oh, I just look at that." He even did a replay. "Oh yeah, it went down, right?" And then he did a replay, and it showed like this, went down. There's the bridge screen, and went down. And when he went back up, he was 6 screens away. That's the way the game's played. It doesn't disappear. It takes you to a different part of the city when you go down. When you go up, it takes you to a different part of the city. See, that's what he didn't know. He didn't know that. He probably still don't know that. He's got to watch this video. I'm going to post this on YouTube. But anyway, that's the 2 things I forgot. I forgot to tell you about the subway and how you stay in the subway as long as you go up and down, and how you go out the right and left side of each of the screens subway, and you're in a different part of the city. Just gotta remember. You gotta remember where everything is. I mapped it out. I mapped 21 screens just to see how many screens there were. I had like a little map, a piece of paper on every screen for every screen, And then when you go down, because I was confused too, like that guy. I was confused, so I mapped it all out, and I found out why things are what they were. And it's great. It's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful game. You gotta buy Superman. See, I seen it on I seen Superman for sale for like under $5. I'm going, God, these guys must not know how to play, because this is a beautiful game. I love it. But those are two things I forgot to tell you. The subway, when you go up, or down, like that, you stay in the subway. And it's just the opposite in the Metropolis City. When you go like this, and when you go to the right, it stays in this screen sequence for 21 screens. If you go left, it stays in the sequence for 21 screens, and you don't see the subway until you go into a phone booth. Or if you accidentally drag your feet just barely in it, you go into the subway. Or if you head, or whatever goes into that phone booth, you're going to go into the subway. And then you go into different solid color screens. And you're no longer in Metropolis City, you're in the subway of Metropolis. See how easy that is? You watch the screen, you love this game. I beat it in 45 seconds, and my friend, we used to play all the time, he beat it in 34 seconds. 34 seconds. It's almost a half a minute. But those are the two things I didn't talk about is the X-ray vision. You hold the button down, go up, down, left and right to see those screens that are above you and each side of you, but above and below and each side of you, and the subway, how that works. Those are two important points that I didn't say.